Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different, if it's not apparent. Um, I wanted to do a holiday themed demonic pick a card. I know that we're a little bit past Christmas, but honestly, I was so exhausted on Christmas. Just from like I quit my job recently and I was working two jobs and I just had the most intense burnout. But anyway, I feel like, honestly, I feel like the time between December 25th and January 1st is, yeah, I feel like the spirit of Christmas carries on through January 1st anyway. Um, but okay, so that's enough about that. Um, but yeah, so I have some evergreen incense burning, and I believe I'd like to dedicate this pick card to Santa Muerte, who appeared to me in a dream once and who I believe is one of my main deities, one of the main deities that I feel, whose presence I feel, um, I'd say quite strongly in my life. She appeared to me in a dream once when I was kind of at a crossroads and feeling sort of a bit lost in life, and it was a really beautiful dream, kind of, creepy the way she is, but that's what I love about her, and I think that's what she likes about me. We're both weird bitches. um, anyway, I'd like to dedicate this to her, and also Asmodeus, however you might pronounce it, because I feel that he's been calling out to me. I don't quite. Oh my god, what was that? um, I just turned into an Oompa Loompa for a second. Oh no, their voices were really deep. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Anyway, um, yeah, I was also Saint Nick, and yeah, I think we've named enough enough gods off the roster for now. um, but okay, yeah. So our first pile number one, we're gonna go from left to right. The first pile, I have and I'll show you guys the stones more closely in a second, but this is my Tarocco dell'Horror, which in Italian means tarot deck of horror, and I have a hematite stone on top of that. The second one here is my supernatural tarot deck. I know, hokey, but I freaking love supernatural. And I was looking for, more horror themed tarot decks to do this. Um, but yeah, so I have a piece of Howlite on top of that one. And then lastly, my newest deck, who is very mysterious and interesting. I love her. The Blind Gorgon deck. And I have a ring on top of that one. I'll show you guys that closer too in a second. It's a piece of labradorite with stag antlers coming out of it. But yeah, so go ahead and pick your pile, pick whichever one you're drawn to. Um, Let me show you guys the stones. Number one, we have this hematite. She's gorgeous. We love her. Okay. Okay, and pile number two, you have this howlite crystal. And pile number three, the labradorite stag ring. Oh, coming out of focus. There we go. I feel like this doesn't capture like the shininess, like the depth, like I really love oh my god, it's going out of focus again. I really love labradorite because it has this kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. Oh my god, why can't I get it in focus? Okay, there we go. It has this kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's like it looks so matte but it has like a lot of like interesting sparkle to it. So here is a labradorite, a bigger labradorite stone. There, this is the glimmer, that's the word I was looking for. You can see there, you see this like really interesting glimmer inside of it. I'm gonna try there, like that. You see that? Isn't that so cool? I freaking love labradorite. And this is supposed to be, I believe, a very powerful stone. It's supposed to activate all 7 chakras, is what I've heard. Yeah, okay, so pile 3, you have the labradorite. Okay, so go ahead and pick your pile, and let's get into it. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to mention I will also be picking for each pile. I will be picking a demon card from my demon tarot deck. I don't have that pictured, but you'll also all get a card from that deck as well. Okay, thank you. Let's get into it. Okay, so pile number 1, you got the Queen of Wands, the 7 of Swords reversed, the King of Cups, and Judgment. So what I'm seeing here is the Queen of Wands is kind of unscrew-withable. I'm censoring myself, but I'm sure you can understand what I mean. So I believe the Queen of Wands is here to say that you maybe had some kind of situation where somebody tried to pull the wool over your eyes, represented by the 7 of Swords reversed, but it didn't work because, you know, as I love how they represent the Queen of Wands with the rolling pin. You know, she just has such an attitude of like, you're not messing with, you know, just nothing's getting by her. And I think that's exactly what this is. And it might have made some big emotions come up for you with the King of Cups, but you handled that like a champ. And you're seeing things more clearly now with the Judgment card. El Juicio. So yeah, let's get some clarifying cards from my tarot. This was made by a man named Grimaud. But I think this is a pretty neutral, the design of this deck is pretty neutral. It's really cool, but I think it would go with this reading. So I'm going to do some clarifying cards with that. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead and pulled 3 more cards from my Toroko del Horror deck. And so we got the Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is telling me after this period of judgment where you've kind of seen the stark reality of things, I like the idea of the way that I interpreted it or the way that I heard it interpreted before from another tarot reader was the Judgment card is when the Fool, you know, the Fool in the beginning of the tarot deck, the one that doesn't have a number. It's the point where the Fool is a fool no longer. It's like and I think that has something to do with the 7 of Swords reversed here. It's like you're just seeing how some aspect of your life was absolute malarkey and you're, you know, as painful as it is, you're moving on from that. And it seems like you've come into some money and you're about to take one effing long vacation. You're putting some stuff down for a second with the Four of Swords. You're healing, probably healing from the Seven of Swords reversed energy. And it looks like you're about to try to make something come to fruition with the Ace of Pentacles coming in last. And and from my tarot, my Grimaud tarot, I call that deck Grim. The man who made it, his last name was Grimaud. But from that deck, you have the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, both upright, so that's good. So the Three of Wands is, again, kind of going out on a new venture, or, kind of getting a return on your investment from, a venture, something that you invested in. And then the Four of Pentacles is saying you probably don't want to maybe blow through this newfound luck that you're having. You probably want to be, don't let it make you manic and cause you to kind of end up right back where you started and kind of evolve. You might have been in a vulnerable position before. So you probably you want to invest in yourself, keep investing in yourself, but wisely with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is, kind of like it's interpreted sometimes as miserly energy, but, it's just like being smart about your money and, just making sure that you are being practical and that you have enough, because you have a larger goal in mind, to make sure that you're not, just blowing through everything before you can, actually accomplish something with this Ace of Pentacles that you have. Okay, and so let me see which demon tarot deck, which tarot card you guys got. Let's see which one from my Demon Tarot wants to talk to you. We have Ipis. Can I get this into focus? Oh my god, I can't get this into focus. Okay, there. I want to read it, but I can't. I don't think that I can get, oh my god, why won't it focus? Oh my god. Okay, for some weird reason, I cannot get this. I cannot get my camera to focus on this image. It's kind of weird. But this is Ipis. I guess I'm just gonna have to like put it down. Yeah, there, I have to like hold it kind of far away. Okay, so this is Ipis. It says, Ipis, also Eporos, is a prince and duke of hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears with the head and feet of a goose, the mane of a lion, and the tail of a hare. So, Ipis, also Eporos, Eporos, is a prince and duke of hell with 36 military units under his command. He appears with the head and feet of a goose, the mane of a lion, and the tail of a hare. Okay. So that is Ipis. Okay, let me read from the book. Just a second, let me get it. Okay, Epos. Oh my god. Okay, we're reading about Epos in this book. It just will not focus. This is so weird. Okay, annotation. Prince Epos, Earl of Hell, according to Meyer's Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum, commands 36 infernal regions. Demonologists describe him as having a chimerical form with the head and feet. We already went over that. When summoned, Epos does not just answer questions about the past, present, and future. He also is able to gift those who summon him with wit, boldness, and quick thinking. Epos is not a warrior daemon. He does not carry weapons or ride a fearsome beast, but he is more than prepared for a battle of wits, a one-on-one debate, or a meeting to discuss long-term strategy. Divination. Focus on long-term strategy and quick thinking when plans change. Okay, pile number 1. That is your advice from Epos. I think that goes very well. It kind of makes sense to me that Epos would be over your pile, because I feel like that whole spread was sort of about what Epos was, kind of goes back to the description in that book, in the book. It kind of makes sense to me. Okay, thank you, pile number 1. Okay, pile number 2, you got the Ace of Wands, the World, Judgment. Again, just like pile number 1 got Judgment too. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the Magician, the Ace of Cups, or not the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Hanged Man, which is really interesting to me because we have all of these great cards, and like, I'm not, not trying to be negative about the Hanged Man, but I kind of feel like people, the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. It's, I think it's one of the, not less positive, because it's like, I really feel like with tarot decks, it's not really about, positive or negative cards. It's just more like they all have a lesson. But, and the Hanged Man, I feel especially, is about learning a lesson. Like, that's represented by the Hanged Man. It's, giving something up to learn something. And, so interesting. So we have the Ace of Wands, which is inspiration. And then feeling like this inspiration made you feel like you were on top of the world. And kind of gave you a clearer perspective with the Judgment card is what I'm seeing. And it made you feel very secure, stable. All of a sudden you felt much more stable. I feel like you kind of feel like you came into your own with this Ace of Wands. You started to feel magical with the Magician card coming out here. It might have even been a venture into the supernatural, literally for you. And yeah, the King of Cups, brought you closer to your, made you understand yourself a little bit better, made you understand your emotions a little bit better. I feel like you're handling all of the emotions that have come up with this, like a champ, but, I feel like at the same time, maybe you feel like you finally come into your own after a long, maybe after a bit of hardship. It kind of feels like a victory, but I feel like maybe you're coming to terms with something that you've lost. Maybe to come to this newer level of understanding, you've kind of had to give something up. Um, but that sacrifice is what brought you to this new level of success. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hang on one second. Sorry, I'm sorry, I had my Toroko del Horror card still in the still in the shot. Also, I'm so sorry, pile number one. I forgot. I'm so sorry, pile number one. I forgot to put your hematite stone in the shot. I remembered for pile number two. I have their howlite there. But pile number one was hematite. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway. So moving on. Yeah, so that's my interpretation of this. I feel like it's a little dark. It's it's kind like it's good and good bad, just like life. But like it's so interesting, this ending note of like, it's like all the success but at what cost. I'm sorry to sound yeah, that's just like how I'm interpreting it. It's just how it sounds to me. But okay, let me get some clarification cards from my tarot from my Grimm tarot. Just a second. And then I'll also pull your card from my demon tarot. Okay, pile number two, sorry. You got the Five of Cups and the World, which again is like, it's just like, again, I'm feeling this. How many times can I say that word again? It's literally like this loss with the Five of Cups. It's like this loss has given you the world. And that's what you have to keep in mind. It's like you had to lose everything to level up to this new these new heights that you've reached. Okay, and why wouldn't the other one come into focus? That's so strange. Okay, so the card for my Daemon Tarot that you got, why can't the card from my Daemon Tarot that you got is Leonard. And it says he is Grand Master of the Witches' Shabbats. He may take many forms, including a blackbird or a withered tree, but most often manifests as a man with the head of a goat and 3 horns. Okay, Leonard. I think you can actually even read this. Why wouldn't the other one focus for pile number one? What the heck? If there's some kind of thing about Apos from pile number one being like, I don't know, like not liking his image shown or something, I'm gonna flip. Okay. All right, Leonard. I'm gonna let me look him up in the divination in his divination in the book. Okay, Leonard. We already mentioned he's he's, what did it say? Grand Master of Witches' Shabbats. It says the witches would kneel and kiss his backside where he was said to have a human face. How interesting. So it makes sense that the divination for Leonard would be beware of fawning for attention from authority figures or superiors for no other reason than their position. So, okay, so I feel like maybe this was a harsh lesson that you needed to learn. Maybe a huge lesson. Maybe you were, okay, I don't want to insult you, pile number two, but maybe you were, the word that immediately comes to mind is brown noser, but, I feel like I've dealt with this too, where like, I don't feel like I'm a brown noser. But I think I can be a bit of a social ladder climber. I have definitely had times in my life where I've been obsessed with status and status symbols. Okay, so yeah, I would just keep that in mind to not forget what you've learned. This lesson that you've learned. Maybe it had to do with, maybe it had to do with, you know, um, not, you know, looking up to authority as like the end all be all, not treating people in charge like they're, gods. But okay, yeah. Well, but you still, I feel like whatever it is that you've gone through, you've learned. You've really learned. And it might have been really harsh, with the Five of Cups. Like you really feel like you had something taken from you. But I really get the feeling of lesson learned. The lesson has been learned, and it's time to move on and enjoy what it's given you, your new perspective on life, and your new skills. And okay. Thank you, pile number 2. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, welcome. We have the Four of Swords reversed, Strength, the Four of Wands reversed, the Six of Wands, the World, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. It's really interesting to me that the Four of Swords and the Four of Wands came out reversed. I feel like maybe this could have to do with like an upset with your home life where you kind of feel like you haven't had a place to rest. But I feel like you've managed to triumph over this, or maybe, with the Four of Swords reversed and Strength, it's kind of like you maybe really needed to rest from something, but you wanted to be strong, but or maybe you were just kind of forced to be strong, and it might have taken something out of you, or maybe you were forced to move more quickly than you wanted to. You were kind of forced to grow faster. Than you might have wanted to. Maybe forced to grow up really fast with the Four of Wands reversed. But I feel like, however that might have set you back, we also have the Six of Wands. We have a victory here. It seems like you've triumphed over that. My inflections seem really strange. It's like we have a victory here, and you've triumphed. You've been triumphant with the Six of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to rephrase that. And again, the World. I think has the World come up in every single one of your readings? I think maybe. Did it come up with pile number 1? I don't think it came up with pile number 1. But pile number 2 also had the World. And the Eight of Swords reversed and Ten of Pentacles. So with the Eight of Swords reversed, I feel like this shows that you are maybe getting out of your head about something. Maybe you felt kind of stagnant before. Feeling like you couldn't exactly get ahead somehow, or couldn't find firm footing with the Four of Wands reversed. Maybe afraid of, also, I guess another way it could be interpreted is feeling like kind of being afraid of winding up in the same situation as before. I think that can happen with complex trauma, something that I've gone through for sure, where you just kind of feel like you get analysis paralysis. partly because that's how I interpret the Eight of Swords. Really, it's the analysis paralysis card. Um, where you're just surrounded by all these swords, which are kind of, just all of these different ways that you come up with in your mind for how all of these different decisions can affect you, and you're just scared to move forward or do anything, when if you would just take the blindfold off, you could see that you could just walk through the swords. Or like that. Anyway, I'm sorry for saying so much, ugh. So we also have the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you've been going through, I feel like it's going to turn out fine, as we have the Four of Wands reversed. Going back to the Four of Wands reversed again, I mean, going back to the Ten of Wands reversed, I can see, or it seems to show that maybe this stability that was denied to you, maybe in your youth or earlier on, is coming back to you somehow. So yeah, okay, let me get your two interpretation cards for your two clear. Oh. Oh. Okay, so let me get your two clarification cards from my Grim Tarot deck, and your card for my Daemon Tarot. Just a second. Okay, so Grim, what he had to say to you guys was, don't get too in your head about it. I think that this goes back to the analysis paralysis. Like, don't overthinking is not recommended at this time, I believe, with the Fool card and the Ace of Swords. This is not the time to, sit and think over your options to death while the clock is running out. This is the time to quite literally charge forward. That's what I'm seeing with the Fool and the Ace of Swords. Go. Get out of bed, bitch, go. Heavy metal music. I don't know if you've heard that from the depths of somewhere in the internet, the ass crack of the internet. Yeah, get out of bed, bitch, go. Anyway, okay, and so as for your card from my Daemon Tarot deck, the Infernal that wants to speak to you is Vual. That is the one who came forward today. So it says Vual, also transcribed as Wall, Uval, was once of the Angelic Order of Powers and is now a Duke of Hell in command of 36 military units. He appears in the form of a dromedary. He appears in the form of a dromedary. What is a dromedary? I have no idea. Hey, Google, what is a dromedary?
According to Wikipedia, the dromedary, also known as the dromedary camel, Arabian camel, or one-humped camel, is a large camel of the genus Camelus, with one hump on its back. It is the tallest of the three species of camel. Adult males stand 1.8 to 2.4 meters at the shoulder, while females are... Hey, Google.
That's enough. Thank you. We got it. It's a camel. Okay. He appears in the form of a camel. All right. And let's look up his divination. Okay. What's this? With a camel. And when he appears in human form, he speaks in an Egyptian tongue. though it is not made clear by demonologists whether that language is Egyptian Arabic or the ancient Coptic Egyptian. I'd like to think it's the ancient Coptic Egyptian. Okay, divination. Focus on resolving differences with enemies, finding common ground, and friendship. Oh, I feel a little bit called out by that. But okay. So, maybe that's part of your analysis paralysis. Maybe you're kind of overthinking who's on your side, who you can trust. Four of Swords and the Four of Swords and the Four of Wands reversed. Maybe you kind of feel like your trust has been broken. Maybe you kind of feel like you can't depend on anyone. Like you have to do everything on your own. Or something with the Strength card. But okay. Thank you. That's what I have for you, pile 3. I realized that I forgot to sign off at the end of pile 3's pick a card reading. So, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone and to, encourage you, if you enjoyed this pick a card, to subscribe to my channel or, give the video a like, preferably both. Thank you very much. I hope I'll see you back. Oh, and also, if any of these readings really stuck out to you, anything about the readings stuck out to you, please leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to know, if you really felt like any of these were really accurate, really spoke to you. But okay, thank you. This was Ask Crazy Alice Tarot. Happy New Year and happy holidays.